if we want to review, the P stands for pause when we read. Remember, we look for punctuation to tell us where we pause when we're reading. The A stands for accuracy when we read. Remember, accuracy means to read common sight words and word patterns. The S stands for speed, reading at a Goldilocks speed, not too fast and not too slow. And finally, the E stands for expression, using our voice to show feeling and emotion. So to review these reading with fluency, or what we've been calling PACE, I'm going to read to you a passage we all know from Brown Bear. Everyone think in their head what the story of Brown Bear and how it's read. Now I want you guys to listen to me tell it, and I want you to be thinking how if I'm reading fluently with pause, accuracy, speed, and expression. Now everyone, I want you to close your eyes and listen closely. Brown? Bear Brown? Bear what? Do you see? Now I'm going to give you some time. I want you to talk to your neighbor and see if you can identify 3 mistakes I made in my fluency reading of Brown Bear. She wasn't supposed to. Me neither. Good job. Okay, that's good. Now I want you to give me a thumbs up if you and your partner were able to find 3 mistakes, at least 3 mistakes in the way that I read it. Okay. Now I'm going to read it again, and I want you to see if you find it different. Brown bear, what do you see? So this time, I paused at the correct spots. I didn't have any emotion that wasn't supposed to be there. I had questions being asked in the right spots, and I did it at the right speed. So when we read with pace, pause, accuracy, speed, and expression, we're reading the story the way that the author means for us to read it. And so that's why reading with fluency is so important. So in today's lesson, we're going to continue on learning about expression, reading with expression. And we talked about reading with emotion, but today we're going to pay attention to reading with punctuation. And so let's review. We've been learning about punctuation in our writing lesson. Let's review when in a sentence, when in our writing, we use question marks, exclamation marks, and periods. Okay, now can you guys tell me when we use a question mark? Let's think. Okay, everybody? Go ahead. Everybody?
Question.
Yeah, when we're writing a question. Good job. Now, what about what punctuation do we use when we show excitement in a sentence? Think. Everybody?
When you're making it exciting.
Yeah, an exclamation mark. That's right. And lastly, when we write a statement, what punctuation do we use? Think. Everybody? Period. Great job. When we're reading out loud, we still will pay attention to the periods, the exclamation marks, and the question marks, but our voice is going to tell the reader, the listener, what punctuation a sentence has. So we do something different with our voice every time we read a sentence. When we see it, now I can read the same sentence 3 different ways by changing the punctuation. When we see a question mark, our voice goes up at the end. It goes a little bit higher at the end. I'm getting a puppy today? See how you could tell I was asking a question. Now when we use an exclamation mark, and we want to show excitement, we show excitement in our voice. I'm getting a puppy today. And then when we want to use a period and we're just making a statement, our voice just will stay the same. I'm getting a puppy today. Do we see the difference? Now let's try to listen for punctuation. I'm going to read 3 sentences, and I want you to decide if I'm asking a question, if I'm making a statement, or if I'm showing excitement just by listening to my voice. I want you to close your eyes and listen closely to my voice. Does everyone have their eyes closed?
Yes.
Tomorrow, I'm going to Disneyland. Tomorrow, I'm going to Disneyland. Now I want you to talk to your partner and talk about what punctuation you heard in my voice.
Exclamation.
I heard an exclamation point.
Great job. Now let's close your eyes again and listen to the sentence. Is it summer yet? Is it summer yet? Okay, now open your eyes and talk to your partner about what punctuation you heard in my voice.
Forgot that was called.
That's right, class. The way my voice went up at the end showed I was asking a question, and the sentence had a question mark at the end.
Okay.
Now close your eyes and listen to this final statement. Now closely listen to my voice. I live in Lacey, Washington. I live in Lacey, Washington. Okay, now talk to your partner and talk about what punctuation you heard in my voice.
I heard a period.
That's right. The way my voice didn't change showed that I was making a statement, and the sentence had a period at the end. Okay, now I'm going to have you do some partner work, class. So if everyone could get out their blue fluency pack number 5, and I want you to work with a partner and read the middle sentence to each other. Take turns and practice using punctuation with your voice. So if it has an exclamation point, you're going to show excitement. If it has a question mark, your voice is going to go up and get higher at the end. And if it has a period, your voice will stay the same. So you guys have about 5 minutes to practice reading those sentences to each other, and I want your partner to tell you what punctuation the sentence had. So take turns one at a time. Go ahead.
I need to soak my feet.
You make the best toast for me.
Exclamation point.
Go ahead.
What? Wait.
Your turn.
Yes, go ahead and work through the pack. So you can go to the next sentence.
Oh.
No.
Would you sneak into the boat?
Question mark? Yeah. Does your team stay in there?
Question mark.
You guys did a great job.
Go ahead.
Don't write on the new boat.
Exclamation point? Mark? She's always in a bad mood.
Packages.
She's always in a bad mood.
Period.
Go.
Clean that stain off your shirt. Clean that stain off your shirt.
Exclamation mark?
Oh, class.
Oh, yes.
That was a great job. I heard lots of questions being asked, lots of statements being asked, and lots of exclamation points being used. Great job. Now I want you to, close to your chest, if you feel confident about the way you express punctuation in your voice, I want you to give me a thumbs up. If you feel like you could still use a little bit of practice, I want you to give me a sideways thumb. So go ahead and do that close to your chest to tell me, how are you feeling? A little bit more work? Or are you feeling pretty confident about how you've done? Great, great. Okay, and now what we're going to do is I'm going to have Daisy pass out these to each student. And once everyone has their slip of paper, I want you to write your name on the back, and I want you to fill in the punctuation that the sentence needs. And when we're done filling in the punctuation, we're going to share one of the sentences in front of the class. So you all have about 2 minutes to fill out the punctuation and pick which sentence you'd like to read in front of the class. Okay, great. Now, Micah, why don't you come start? Can you stand up and go ahead and read one of your sentences? And remember, you're trying to use your voice to tell the class what punctuation the sentence has.
I am 7 years old.
Great. Now, I didn't hear any change in your voice. Did anyone else? So I think you're using a period. Good job, Micah. Daisy, could you please stand up and share one of your sentences?
Tomorrow is my birthday.
Good. And you had excitement in your voice, didn't you? Great use of an exclamation mark in your sentence. Great job. Now, Micah, would you please collect those exit tickets and put them on my desk? Now, we've done such a great job with sentences. Tomorrow we're going to continue to read with fluency because we've covered all of the aspects of pace, but we're going to start applying it to more than just a sentence. We're going to read passages, a couple sentences, paragraphs, and continue practice with pace. And this week for homework, I've made a bookmark for all of you that reminds us to read with pause, accuracy, speed, and expression. So in your take-home folder today, you'll find a bookmark, and I want you to use that in your reading at home. And we're also going to have some homework tonight that I want to review with you so you can explain it and talk to your family about it. We always read 20 minutes a night, don't we, class?
Yes.
So this week, instead of reading to ourselves, we're going to read with a parent or a guardian for 20 minutes. But now, this week, we're going to read out loud. And we're going to have a listener, a mom, a dad, a grandma, grandpa, aunt or uncle, or whoever it is, listen for pause, accuracy, speed, and expression. And they're going to circle the ones they hear about and initial. So that's just going to give you more experience with reading with fluently, reading with pause, or pace. And I'm also going to email your family home to let them know what we're working on and how they can help you with that. Great. Thank you. And good night.
Let me do it again.